think we were inspired by like all the projects we have to get done.
Like life events,
Life
life
events.
events for topic videos.
I
Is that
know.
what we're talking about?
It's funny. I do this all the time when like we're brainstorming or developing topics together. I'll just look around the room. I'll do this.
What do I
They're like,
have
what
to
should we do this week? And I go, uh,
It's
I got this over here I need to take
I
care
mean,
of.
it's definitely more authentic if you actually have to do something. That way, you're 100% invested because you have to do it.
Especially over our time creating problem solve together. I feel like we've made videos together forever in our career for like years and years. We've been doing various video
Don't make us
projects
sound so young, Christopher.
before problem solve, doing all these other video projects. And those were always like you show up on set, you do the job, you get to go home.
Yep.
Well, when problem solved came along, it's like this show, the content is your life. So like it's
Well,
your kitchen, it's your
right.
sink, it's your laundry room,
It's-
it's your bedroom, it's your couch.
The difference is it's a real kitchen as opposed to you're talking about videos you did in the past where it was
Yeah.
a set
Like a
kitchen,
set
like
kitchen.
a
Yeah.
just completely fake kitchen. Real, it worked, but it was more so for the show.
Yeah.
This is real life, Christopher.
And this week, the batch of topics, the videos we're working on this
Hmm.
week, I was like, I need to get rid of this mattress in my storage unit. How do I get rid of it? What do I do with it?
Right.
And let's just make some videos about it. Why not?
Yeah. I'm always surprised like you have a Jeep, right? It's been featured many times in multiple episodes, but I'm always surprised at how many things you can fit inside of it, but a mattress is not one of them. So this week we were trying to figure out how exactly do you move something so big when you don't have, the tool.
I can't put the mattress in the Jeep, so what do I do? Oh, I need to find a rental truck. And they're cheap.
Yeah,
Get
surprisingly.
a U-Haul in town for about like $20.
Right.
You have to pay like 69 cents per mile. But if you're just trying to like move stuff from one place to another, it's like a quick, you're not driving across town, you're not driving to another state. Just rent a truck, make it easy on yourself.
Yeah, there's different vehicles, right? I haven't looked
Yeah,
too
there's a
much into
van,
it.
a
Right.
truck, or you could get a traditional U-Haul like box
That's
truck.
what I think
but,
when I first think U-Haul. I think you're going to get box trucks, but no, that's not the case.
but I think people think that they're like, I'm not moving. I can't
Mm-hmm.
rent a truck. I can't rent a van. I'm like, if you need to physically transport anything,
Mm-hmm.
just get a car big enough for it. You don't have to own an SUV. You don't have to own a huge truck.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing too, because you used to have a truck.
I used to.
You used to have
Sold
your
it.
Tacoma.
Yeah. Well, it was a lifted Tacoma. The reason I got rid of it, I chose a better, more fuel economic vehicle.
Fuel efficient vehicle.
Right. So now I get double the gas mileage, which is insane.
Feels
for me
so
to think,
good
right?
versus
Because
having a truck.
For a lifted truck with bigger wheels, I was getting like on a good day 17 miles per gallon, right?
Rough.
And but now it's up to like 35 miles per gallon. So
But what I was getting at is like when you're the person with the truck, you're always the person to move
every
stuff.
time,
Every time has, it's like, oh, do I have a friend with a truck, with an empty truck bed that I can use right now? So you were that guy. And then once I had this mattress issue, you then traded in your car.
perfect timing.
Perfect timing. So I was about to ask you, I was like, David, can you just please help me drop? But you don't have the truck anymore.
No.
So now we got to rent one.
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna follow you, trying to figure out how exactly you're gonna do this without my truck. So yes, how are you going to transport
Well, it's
this
going to
mattress?
cost me it would have cost me just buying you lunch, but now I have to pay for the
right.
actual
Yeah. You
truck,
know,
which is not much.
Have
It's
you
like
ever
really
heard
cheap.
of those? There's an app called Dolly, which I've used before to move my mattress. The last time I moved, I used an app called Dolly.
Okay, what does this
like
app do?
a-
I've not heard of it.
So it's kind of like a TaskRabbit situation. So it's another app where you can get somebody to help you, but specifically like they have it more towards like moving items. So a dolly for like a moving dolly, right? It's like the thing with the wheels, little
Yeah,
wooden
yeah.
dolly. So yeah, dolly.
You've used it before?
I've used it before, and you
So a person shows up
with a truck
with a truck.
or a vehicle that you need like a certain size in
and
order
they
to
can
move
help
either
you move it.
furniture or either you can actually you can say like, oh, I actually want to help you, or you hire the person and then a helper. So it's a flat rate for the person, and then the helper is usually less amount of money because usually you're you're getting the person who has the best vehicle for the job. So it's
I need a truck.
right. It's like I need a guy with a truck.
So it's like Uber, but like with that comes with a person that can help you with a task.
Essentially, yeah.
Moving some furniture, moving some things, getting rid of some trash,
Like,
whatever it is.
Or you can have the
That's
person
actually a
just
smart
show up
option.
and help you just move something.
Yeah.
So it's like I just need something moved. So in this scenario, I had my truck at the time, but I just had somebody come just to help me move something.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, because I'm kind of the guy where like you're talking about. It's like, oh, you have a truck, you can help me. I hate asking people like, hey, can you help me? Because nobody wants to help move. And having worked as a mover in high school, I worked as a mover like during the summer. It is the worst job. Like you do not want to put that on anybody. So when somebody asks, it's like, hey, can you help me move? Right?
It is hard. It's not that you don't want to do the physical labor. I will help a friend out move anyways.
Yes.
The thing is even if it's a good friend or just an acquaintance, somebody who needs something help moved, usually the person makes it as inconvenient as possible. So it's not that I don't mind help. It's not that I mind helping.
Elaborate.
It's not that I mind helping. Mm-hmm. It's like usually you show up for these. I don't know if this is a tangent or not, but like it's like usually your friend's like, oh, can you help me just move this thing? And you say like, sure, no problem. You show up, they open the garage, and it's buried under 100 different things. It's like, you could have done some work to make this like a few steps simpler for when I show up, I can help you with the actual task. Right. But usually it's like, worse. Can you help me do this? And there's like actually 5 tasks, 5, there's layers of things to do before you can do the one thing your friend asked you to do.
Can you help me move this mattress? Also, before we do that, the dishes?
Yeah. Or it's like, oh, you're like, oh, can you help me move this thing? And I'm like, sure, David. But I show up and it's like 10 flights of stairs. We've got to carry it down. And I'm like, I thought it was.
Yeah. I forgot to mention the elevator's not working
today.
Right?
So anyways, always help your friends. Long story short, help your friends if they ask.
But if you can, maybe help the economy,
Just use the Dolly app.
Yeah, hire somebody, provide a job. Or if you are going to get your friends to help, I will say, like you said, buy lunch, do something to that effect. Because even if you hire movers, I will say as a previous mover, getting a breakfast burrito is the best. Every now and then there was somebody who was like, hey, you guys want me to grab some breakfast burritos? Because of course you do, like you're sweating, carrying huge furniture all the time.
People appreciate little gestures like that, even if it's, we always joke about the pizza party.
Yeah, a cash
but
tip
it's like,
is something, but there's something to that pizza party.
If you have a pizza for your movers, they won't care. They'll be like, this is awesome. Somebody got me food.
Thank you so much. You know how hungry I was?
Yeah. I would do like Raising Cane's or something.
Or
a charcuterie board.
Yeah, like cater an event, basically.
So have a whole catering situation. So this week also, this was a kind of a funny story. I don't know if it was funny or not, but we needed to decorate because we needed like a painting in the background for our shots. We're filming here at the house. And we went shopping, got like some artwork, got like stuff to like hang on the walls. We wanted to use those 3N command strips because they're no damage. The 3N command strips are no damage.
As advertised.
You get the laser level out. I'm like prepping topics and stuff on the countertop. David's like, got the laser level out, got the 3M hooks and everything, puts the picture on the wall, like puts the plants out. Everything looks good for, the scenario we had set up. We're just talking. The painting falls off of the wall, and the no damage command strips rip holes out of the wall. The thing falls on the baseboard in the wall, knocks more paint and a gash in the wall, like puts a gouge. So anyways, hanging this dang, and it wasn't even a big paint. I mean, it was a large painting, but it's not like heavy or like anything. It just was like a normal painting.
It's kind of
normal
weird.
Wall
it's
artwork.
Like the paint gave way.
Yeah,
because like it wasn't the adhesive necessarily. Like the paint just came off the wall.
So that's true. Yeah, the actual command strip ripped the paint off the wall. So I'm wondering if the paint wasn't applied in a way where it's like actually adhering to like the surface of the. Anyways, something happened. So now that's another project we're fixing this week. This is the funny thing, like, we develop topics, and it's like, this problem occurred months and months and months ago. And here we are, like, maybe we should just do a video about fixing it. So Our lives have always inspired the problem solve topics that we tackle each week because we got to get our stuff done. So might as well make videos about it.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, it's real. It's authentic. People can tell you're not just acting. It's like I'm not pretending to move this mattress. I really need to move this mattress.
One of my favorite moments about life inspiring our episodes and like the topics that we select, usually have some correlation to something we're doing personally that week is I was on a trip back from Disneyland, one of my favorite places. I was on a trip back from Disneyland, and we had just filmed a series around like travel tips and stuff, like packing, the airport, all that. And you and Strauss had showed up with a camera at the. So this has never happened to me where I get home from the airport and you walk out and like somebody's greeting you with a sign or whatever. Has never happened my entire life. I just I'm either traveling with my family, friends, or I'm just going to pick up my car or whatever.
Yeah, no.
So I get out of the airport, got my suitcase in tow, walking through the airport, and there you and Strauss are with a camera, just ready to do all the vlogging we needed to do at the airport. And I'm like, this is the most awkward thing ever. It was very odd, very strange. But anyways, that still is my favorite life and vlogging story is like I needed to come back home from the airport and we're like we need to do some tips at the airport, so might as well catch you as you're coming off the plane.
Yeah, welcome to work.
Welcome to work. Yeah, get home.
So happy you could arrive at work.
That was so funny because who else like gets off, gets out of the passenger,
With a film crew.
Yeah, with a film crew.
Yeah.
Already recording. Okay, keep walking.
Yeah, can we get that again? I'm gonna need you to re-get on that flight.
I think this happens to us all the time at the house. It's like we need to like organize stuff because you have a ton of gear. I mean, between the lights, the cameras, the tripods, the C-stands, all the equipment needs to get, and then I have all like the props, the set dressings, all the appliances we do, and like week to week we might be buying different items or need different things so like we tend to accumulate, and this has just been a life in video, just accumulate props, accumulate gear, and there comes those times where we're like we need to get organized again. Yes. Yeah. It always starts organized and then you use it and a few months goes by and it gets all dismantled and put somewhere else, and it's really hard to like reset after every shoot, like put things away, put things back, and then you accumulate stuff. So
there's certain things like decorations, like what you were talking about, where every year it's like, well, there's going to be another Halloween episode, there's going to be another Christmas episode. So a lot of those decor items, which do take up a lot of space, and we were talking about it this morning, there's this huge Christmas tree. It's not huge, but it does take up a lot of space.
Average Christmas tree.
Yeah, and like we have these things that are kind of big and bulky, but it's not worth necessarily getting rid of because we know next year it's like, well, we're probably going to need this. So it is an interesting kind of like when spring cleaning time comes around, it's like, well, we definitely do need to purge something, so something gets the axe. But in this scenario, we have just had like life items that needed to be removed. So, and mattresses are huge. They take up a lot of space.
It's a combination of life items, production items. It's like we've always, well, at least for the past several years doing Problem Solved, we've always lived amongst the problem solved stuff. It's like they're kind of more or less fused together, our personal lives and our production lives, because they kind of have to be. We do a lifestyle show. Problem Solve is a show about all home and living things. So it's a little more difficult to have like, this is the Problem Solve stuff and set over there, and then this is our home life. I'm like, well, I don't need 2 toasters. I don't, well, even though we do. It's like we have multiple things. But combining the 2 things.
I've never had an issue living in a studio, I guess. Like I like this gear. I'm a geek about it. There was a portion of time where we had a bunch of stuff at your place. And if you live in like a smaller like space, like an apartment, it can take up space rather quickly. So it is kind of funny when you do have lights set up and you're like, well, I have to get into my refrigerator and I can't.
Gotta move the light to get in the refrigerator.
Yeah. So having, I don't know, just living in a studio, I feel I'm stoked about it. But yes, it does become kind of a nuisance when it's literally everywhere. It's like every like because every now and then we have to be like in a bathroom. So I have one kind of like stand and light set up so that I can quickly like grab it and take it, to a certain space that doesn't really have light. But yeah.
And for some reason, this is everybody. This isn't a unique phenomenon, but it's definitely that thing, like that goldfish mentality, where not mentality, but that the goldfish thing, where it's like
I can't
you're
remember.
going to grow to the size of your tank,
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like
true.
it's like I always try to like minimalize, but it's like we have a big house. Somehow we filled every inch of it with something.
Oh, yeah. If you have the space, you're gonna fill it. Like it just is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you have an apartment and it's like you fill the space up, and then like for me, I got the storage unit, and then somehow that got full, and I'm like, I'm trying to have less stuff in my life, and now I keep accumulating. But like this week, we're tackling organize that stuff, get it cleaned up.
Well, at least you're not having to buy a pickup truck.
Don't have to have to rent it for a day. Actually, just for a few hours, which is great.
Another thing we were talking about. So we were talking about cleaning carpets as well, and in a situation where you don't need to buy a carpet cleaner. I do have one. I happen to have one, so we're gonna try to test it out.
But
and
you
see if
have
it actually
pets.
still works. Yeah.
So I think that's the occasion. If you have pets or like accident-prone
kinda
kids, that
worth
makes
it.
sense to like buy your own carpet cleaner.
Now they're trained, which is a lot better.
Well,
So now they don't leave stains. But I don't know. It's the renting aspect, which I like, because for a piece of equipment that is rather large, it is nice to know that it's like, well, I can go down the street and rent it for a few hours and then just return it. And I don't have to think about it. I don't have to store it. I don't have to think about it.
And that's a good thing. I think we did this a tip a long time ago. Anyways, but I think that's so smart, because sometimes it's more practical and better to just spend the money, rent something for the day, the couple days you need it, and like not have to store it. Yes, you could probably justify if you're using something all the time, just might as well buy it. But if you need a truck once or twice a year to like move some stuff out of your garage and out of your house to like minimalize or organize or just get rid of garbage and stuff, just rent the truck the one time. I think a lot of people are like, well, I got to buy a truck or an SUV because like I need to do. You're doing it once or twice. And same thing with a carpet cleaner. That takes up space in a closet somewhere. You may not have the space. Just rent it for the project you need. It's a once a year, maybe twice a year if you're really ambitious thing. So like clean your carpets, return the machine. You don't have to worry about storing it. You don't have to worry about the machine.
Yeah. I know more people who have trucks for the aesthetic than using it for actual truck activities. True. And for me, I would use like my truck to haul like production gear, and it was, very useful. The issue I had with it, and one of the other reasons why I switched vehicles, was because I didn't want to necessarily put like they call it like a tonneau cover or something like that, like a bed cover.
Oh yeah.
Or you can
Yours
get like
didn't
a whole
have I thought
shell.
it had a.
I didn't have a cover.
I thought it had that spray. It's not called Plasti Dip. What's the one I'm thinking of?
I know what
it's
you're
like the
talking
bed
about,
liner.
yeah.
It's like a spray that's like a little textured. I don't know why I'm blanking on what the name of it is.
Tacomas come with a bed liner already, which is nice. But yes, you can kind of get like upgrades for your bed to have some kind of cover where it's just either the bed, or you can get like a camper shell.
Oh yeah, your shell. But then your car doesn't look like a truck.
No,
the vehicle doesn't look
like
a truck
for
anymore.
The aesthetics of it, right? So it's a lot of it. Some people, I don't know, they buy vehicles obviously for the looks, but as far as I was concerned, I kind of wanted something that was like, well, if I get an SUV or like a small SUV that's better in gas mileage and it's always fully enclosed, I can put my gear in there, not necessarily worry about the weather, and it's just easier, smaller, more nimble.
That was a consideration for my Jeep as well. I was like, the seats lay flat.
Oh yeah,
so it's great for camping.
Like I said,
it's great for hauling gear, and I'm like, I can put a ton of stuff in the back of this car. Still not a mattress. That's why I need to rent a truck for the mattress. But
so it'll be nice to see like, oh, a truck again. Every time I see a Tacoma go down the road, I'm like, oh man, one tear.
I know, but it is the other funny production related thing. I'm talking about like how production has influenced our lives, have influenced like what we do production wise for problem solving and everything. It's like the other funny thing is sometimes because of like how we produce topics and stuff, it's like a half project. So it's like,
excuse me. What?
So like we need to clean the carpets this week. But I kind of feel like we're going to take care of the whole house. Yes, we're not going to do the whole house, but we're just going to take care of like a certain section that we need to. Yeah. But I'm like, now I actually need to like do the whole thing, like do the whole
Right.
room, do my whole rug.
Yeah, it's just going to be a really clean spot of carpet.
It's just going to be a really clean spot of carpet. That's the last organization project I did. I was like, we need to organize the garage.
Yeah.
I've got a ton of props up there. We've got a ton of equipment. We ended up just like organizing half of it, like the production stuff and my props.
Yeah.
So there's like one wall that's organized and the other half is just like, we'll tackle that another time.
Which
So
is
sometimes it's half projects we get to, not the whole thing.
Yes. Yeah. Just accumulating of life stuff.
Yeah. What else are we doing this week? We're painting. We are cleaning carpets, renting a truck,
Rentals.
a lot of things,
What else?
and cleaning up Strawn's backyard.
Oh yeah. Getting rid of some
It's back to like
debris.
it is all of our lives combined. So like some projects may be something to help David, something to help me, something to help Strawn's.
Yeah.
Strawn's, who's not featured, not present
not
right now.
currently.
Somebody else.
Yeah. But it's nice. I enjoy kind of like bringing our lives into it because it's, I don't know, it's the most fun when you're not just trying to think of a topic because it's trendy. It's like, no, it's like we actually need this done. And it sometimes coincides. Like we'll be doing something and then randomly it's like, oh, that happens to be a thing right now. So maybe it's in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I mean, it really has helped, you know. Problem solved has informed so much of my life, and as funny as it is, that's the way we were talking about it like this. Is a lot of times people like look at problem solved and they're like, that's your life. You're doing this every day. And I'm like, but it's also my job.
Yes.
So it is a weird, like, you know, I guess most typical influencers, content creators, they're just capturing portions of their life. Mine is like that, and it's also my job.
Yeah. Well, your
It's
job
my
is to
career,
be
it's my work.
the most detailed as possible about this moment in your life. It's like, I need to rent a truck. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. Which is good because a lot of times, like, that's, I feel, especially nowadays, that's how most people kind of learn. Not by actually doing, but just by watching, like, a TikTok or an Instagram Reels. Like, I know how to tie knots, you know, because of Instagram, right? I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Or, like, random tips about, you know, food, you know, savings. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
sweet.
I feel like I've been forced, or we've been forced to like learn so many different approaches to do things because of the show. It's like in our normal life, I'm like, how would we have taken care of this if we weren't doing problem solved? And now it's like, oh, there are holes in the wall and paint that we need to touch up. So like, how do we do it the problem solved way?
Yeah.
I don't know how I would have done it.
I don't know if there's
before.
a problem solved way. I think there's just like
The way. Yeah, what's the right way to do it?
ways to do it. Like we're gonna figure out like the I don't know, most efficient, easiest, simplest way.
But yeah, week to week, it is. Sometimes you think that there's like this crazy formula or all this, you know, analytics that goes into producing topics, when most of the time it's as easy as just looking around and being like, what do I need to do? What do I have to do? What should I be doing?
And then making, obviously, we put the secret sauce on it, which
make
is
it
the
fun, put our spin
personality,
on it.
which is how it looks.
Yeah.
So it's not that easy, Kristopher. You can't just say it's that easy, man.
No,
Come on now.
I'm not trying to
just
simplify
wing
it.
it?
We
No,
don't.
there's a
We
lot
don't
that goes
just
into
wing it. There's a lot of process and procedure, but I feel like the way the genesis of all that, how it always gets started, the spark just comes from what do I need to do? What's on my actual to-do list? Somebody else in the world's probably struggling with something similar.
Yeah.
So let's do an informative topic. Let's inspire people to get their projects done, to get, you know.
I would say that's one thing that we do. At least I see in the comments, which is people are inspired to do something that they need to be doing.
Yeah,
You know what I
something
mean?
they're ignored or
cleaning
put off,
grout
yeah.
in their tub or whatever. They're like, oh my God, I had no idea it was that easy. Now I'm going to do it. So a lot of times it's like, well, yeah, I know it's a problem, but it seems like it'd be too difficult. And then they see you do it, and then they're inspired.
The funniest coincidence happened. We had just done, this is a couple weeks ago, or, you know, a while back. We did how to unclog drains, how to, like, you know, we did like a drain snake and all that. We did all of that. my shower was backed up. And I was like, the shower's not draining. And I was like, I guess I'll have to clean it. But now I know how to do it because we just
You brought the plunger into the shower.
No, I didn't do the plunger. I did the snake thing,
okay.
which worked. I don't know if I'm weird for this, but I really enjoy like pulling gross stuff out of the drain.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, it was so
Like
satisfying.
pumpkin guts.
Yeah, I love like pumpkin guts. I love like
Gross.
those weird medical videos on TikTok. I like grossness. I think it's interesting.
I'm fine with it as long as I don't have to smell it.
Oh, see, I don't like bad smells. No,
like
but
I'm willing to clean something visually if it's disgusting.
yeah.
I just can't smell it.
Visually,
That's the problem.
I'm glad it didn't have an odor. It didn't. But like, yeah, I reached the snake in there, like did the snake, pulled it out, and it was like all this gunk, and I was like, this is gross, but also kind of fascinating. I had gloves on; I wasn't touching it with my bare
that's the
hands.
best part of like goo. Like if you're a kid, you're just like, ooh, it's like ooh, like a slime. It's just like everyone wants to play with slime.
That is a tangent,
Which
but
you have made slime before for a video
before.
to clean stuff, cleaning
But
slime.
all that to say, there can be satisfaction from the different cleaning projects or different projects around your
You know
house.
what? I will say,
there can be some satisfaction
a
there.
good set of headphones can make cleaning so much easier and so much more fun. I don't know about you.
I
at least
have
that's
a
what I do.
weird thing about wearing headphones indoors. I mean, even though I'm doing it right now, but this is for the
What?
case of this scenario.
Why?
But yeah, I
or earbuds
or in the
whatever.
car too. People who wear
So,
I'm not
wait,
saying this
so
is a
where
bad
do you
thing.
wear headphones then?
Like if
Exclusively outdoors.
exclusively outdoors or on a plane.
Not indoors. In a plane though.
Yes.
All about it.
Wearing like because I
So
usually
not when you're
put on
alone.
my Bluetooth
Maybe
speaker.
not when you're alone. Is that a better? You only wear headphones when there's other people around.
Yes,
That makes
yes.
more. Yeah.
I guess. Sorry, I was trying to think about it. Yeah, but yes.
Not inside. Only outside.
No, because like if I'm at home and I'm like cleaning or something, I love to put on music. So, you love to listen to podcasts, but I'm not going to wear headphones while I'm vacuuming around the house. I feel like that's weird for me. I'm not. I'm saying if you do it, that's completely fine. It's a normal thing
one
to
of the
do.
things is to block out the noise. No, in earbuds, are pretty isolating, but over ear are much.
Okay,
better.
so that's a reason why you would do that. Is you want to like
I definitely do it when I'm
cancel
washing
out the
dishes.
noise.
Dishes pretty.
See,
noisy.
I could not
You
wear
like-
headphones and
That's probably bad for your ears. We should do that for problem solve. The decibels of washing dishes, that high pressure sound of.
It's not that aggressive.
Oh yeah, dude.
Really, it's not that aggressive.
I'd rather listen to smooth jazz than.
So I could get the point. I get the point of wearing the headphones indoors doing stuff so you could drown out the noise of doing it. Oh, here's what would be my favorite part to wear headphones is like on a riding lawnmower. When I was growing up, I loved the riding lawnmower because my grandpa, would have to mow the lawn, huge lawn.
Yep.
Headphones, perfect for that. Although we didn't have Bluetooth headphones back then, but
So
now that's when I would wear them.
You know what
on a riding lawnmower, I could not wear them and do dishes.
I did this in the early 2000s. Back when there were no like isolating headphones. What we did have though, because I used to have to mow the lawn and used to have to wear those huge, like soundproof, huge. I don't even know what they're called. They're just like ear protector, earmuffs.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
There's no music in them. They're just
like
noise
huge like
canceling
this,
headphones,
but it's just like to block out the noise, right?
Yeah.
So what I did, and I had like a Walkman with those like just very inexpensive like headphones
the
with
Sony
like the flat
metal band.
Yeah. So like I broke the tips and I shoved each one inside.
A man ahead of his time.
Oh yeah, this is. I had no idea what I was doing at the time, other than like, well, I want to listen to music while I.
Let's do
this.
that as a DIY. How to make your own DIY noise canceling
now.
headphones? You just put earbuds inside of
yeah.
the noise canceling ear muffs,
Which is a much better option nowadays too. Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure maybe like Siri probably wouldn't hear you.
because noise canceling headphones can be really expensive. So if you get those ear muffs, how much are those?
Just
They've
put 'em
got to
over.
be like $50 for a good set. I don't know how much they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, you already have the earbuds. Anyways, that's Even back then, David was problem solving.
Oh man, yeah. There was
Long before the show came up, he was
every now and
hacking his
then,
way around life.
like there'll be like a concert I'll go to, and I've noticed like even just like earbuds that I wear like for my phone, right? Just putting those in, like work like a charm. So you don't
We've-
actually have to get like real,
We've gone off about this, but
What?
I just yeah.
Ear protection?
We have such different philosophies about appropriate times to wear headphones and not.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna try it. I'll
need to
I'll wash the
protect your
dishes.
ears.
I'll wash the the decibel levels of doing dishes.
I'm very sensitive. My ears are sensitive.
No, I love putting on. You got my Bluetooth speaker. I love putting on music that way, but I just while I'm in the house vacuuming to put in headphones, I
Yes.
don't know if I could do it.
Yeah. Plus, you get the added benefit of being able to hear your phone because sometimes like you'll miss a call.
If a phone
or
call
whatever.
comes
Yeah.
in, yeah, no. Sorry, I'm cleaning.
Nope.
I don't have time to
Sorry.
answer your phone call. I'll
You
get
know-
to you after I'm done with my project.
My one of my friends was telling me last night they were frustrated because they had to make an appointment or their doctor had to reschedule and they were like, oh, we'll call back, and she was like, well, it was after 5 p.m. and that's when like I started vacuuming because I was like, oh, all right,
not
it's
gonna
after
call.
office hours or whatever, and I guess they called like at 5:15 trying to schedule. She was like, what? It's like I started vacuuming because I wasn't expecting a call and then they call when I'm vacuuming. See the importance of wearing headphones.
So I'll go. Now we're on headphones as a topic, but my headphones, they have like announced text messages,
Yeah.
which is cool. I like that where it's like text message from so and so, But then it'll describe emojis, and it started to describe.
Like puking or something.
No, it started to describe the images. If you sent a text or like a
a whole
photo,
image?
it'll describe the image. So it's really kind of crazy.
That's
It'll
creepy.
be like, David sent a picture of a flower with a green background, and you're like, oh. And then you look at the image, and it's like, well, yes, there's a flower in a green background,
Yeah.
but like that's not what he sent a picture
Right.
of.
Interesting. Huh.
Anyways, but yeah, I think that's a great feature.
I saw something
the announced
recently
text message.
in it was maybe WhatsApp. There was like an option for because like I don't know in regular text iMessage you can send like GIFs and like,
Yeah.
emojis and stuff. In this, it had the option for like an AI generated like sticker and emojis and GIFs. AI generate like you just type in a prompt and it was like, oh yeah, just what.
Wild.
What do you want me to create for you to send? It's like, are you kidding me? Like, this is weird.
So the moral of the story is wear headphones at times that they may seem inappropriate to wear. But no, we've got a lot to get to this week. We're going to do a lot of cleaning, a lot of organizing, more problem solving. We should do this again sometime.
What was that?
I forgot what it